This is the year for the first digital asset bank to exist. We are getting very close to a decision having to be made here coming up in February or early March. And so I definitely think this is something to be paying attention to. This will be a white swan event. I think many people are underestimating what Telcoin is actually building, what they have been doing the last 4 years. They have been working with regulators to make sure that they're compliant. They have been working with Nebraska in the banking industry to create the first digital asset bank that is compliant with regulations. Now, if you are bullish on Telcoin, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Let's take a look at the Telcoin chart. Now, this chart is one of the most obvious charts here for what is coming up. If you have been following Telcoin since 2021, you are familiar with the LB 649 bill, which was passed for the first digital depository in Nebraska. Right, and so this was the bill right here that was being voted on, and it did get approved. Look at how quickly the price of Telcoin went up. And so we're going to be looking at details of how Telcoin was involved with the approval of the LB 649 bill. However, we can see before that, right? We can see we had these little moves, some consolidation, another break, and then we did have some resistance where we currently are today. And so we can see again, we had some major consolidation over the last 3 years here. We can see we did break to the upside. However, in comparison to these two events here, just look at LB 649 bill and then look at possible bank approval coming in the next month or so, right? I mean, this is going to explode right here, especially with the approval of the Telcoin bank, right? Imagine where this could go, right? There was not approval of a Telcoin bank here and we were trading right around 6 cents. And so there could be massive upside for Telcoin moving forward. And so if you're interested in buying Telcoin, one of the easiest ways to do this is through the Telcoin wallet. Now, Telcoin is not listed on a lot of centralized exchanges. And so the best way to do this is downloading their app here, and then you can use the link underneath the video if you're interested in purchasing or staking Telcoin, which can allow you to earn more Telcoin, and so definitely make sure to check that out. And so let's go ahead and take a look at why this is so substantial for Telcoin. Now, the LB 649 bill, which was to adopt the Nebraska Financial Innovation Act, was introduced by Senator Mike Flood on January 20th, 2021. Now, this was passed by the governor on May 25th, 2021. If we go ahead and take a look at more information on this bill here, the first session, which was on February 23rd, 2021, if we take a look at who was being represented here, Telcoin is on this list, right? There is no assumptions being made here. We can see that Telcoin is involved in the Nebraska Financial Innovation Act, right? We are not assuming that this is talking about Telcoin. We can specifically see that Telcoin is involved. Now, if we take a look at this here, we can see that Donald Trump has actually endorsed Senator Mike Flood, right? So Mike Flood has my complete and total endorsement. He will not let you down. No, Mike Flood and Donald Trump are working very closely together, right? I've noticed that in many different tweets on X that Senator Mike Flood and Donald Trump have a very good relationship, right? And this could be very bullish for Telcoin as well. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the community update here before I show you a video from the CEO of Telcoin mentioning that there has been a ton of support from the director of banking with Telcoin in Nebraska, right? And so I would be very surprised if the bank does not get approval in the next couple of months. And so let's take a look at this here. As I mentioned, Mike Flood drafted the Nebraska Financial Innovation Act in 2021. And so Telcoin is proud to be the first company to get to this point. It is now on the verge of becoming the first true crypto bank in the US and the first regulated bank issuer of stablecoins, what we are calling digital cash in the world. And so digital cash will become the backbone for future Telcoin remittances and aims to disrupt the $160 billion stablecoin market, ultimately making crypto more usable by being mainlined into the global banking system. And so Telcoin Bank will become the first bank explicitly authorized to connect customers to DeFi and offer crypto staking services, bringing the world of DeFi into legitimate regulated space. And so look at that again, right? Telcoin Bank will become the first bank authorized to connect customers to decentralized finance. That is a massive step, right? I mean, we have an Ethereum ETF out there where you can stake Ethereum. However, that got denied with the ETF. However, we have Telcoin here that is going to start bringing staking services to the legitimate regulated space in banking. And so the next step for Telcoin Bank was the hearing on December 5th, after which they hope to officially have their charter announced in early February. And so Telcoin is expecting approval by February. Now, they have 90 days from that December 5th date, and so we could see approval up to March 5th. However, that's only a couple of months away, right? And so this is very bullish for Telcoin moving forward. Now let's go ahead and take a look at a video clip here from the CEO of Telcoin.
Sure. Well, I mean, there's no way we could be where we are today with what we're doing without Kelly Lammers and his department, courageous and really, really bright team that gets what we're doing and got it from the very beginning. The NFIA created the second of its kind in the country after the state of Wyoming. And I think that from the very beginning that, well, both the legislature and the department realized that they kind of took it. The Wyoming charter was, hey, how do we help institutions custody digital assets? Not really thinking about the banking system enough, and that obviously it didn't really end up going so well. What Nebraska did so well is turn it, from the perspective of a bank, how do we make this work, and the existing financial system, and that's been very successful. It's been a long road, but I think the department has rightly insisted on making sure we do it right. We had a very, very positive relationship with them, and I think they've also done a great job in communicating this example to the federal regulators and supporting kind of the next step for us really in making this all work.
And so as we heard there from Paul, the CEO of Telcoin, they have a very good relationship with the director of banking in Nebraska, right? Which is Kelly Lammers. They took this to the next step. They don't just want to be a custodian for digital assets. They want to figure out how to tie this into the traditional finance space today. And so I believe they are taking this to the next step, right? They're not just going to be a custodian for digital assets. They want to integrate decentralized finance and staking of crypto services into Telcoin. And I think this is massive moving forward. And I want to take a look at this as well here. And so in addition to Paul's panel, an ETF panel containing representatives from 4 major Bitcoin ETF providers, BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, and Bitwise, revealed that 3 of them are using the same custodian, centralized crypto exchange Coinbase. That discussion made it clear that a digital bank custodian regulated by the Nebraska Department of Banking and Finance would be a welcome addition to the market. Right? And so we have BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, and Bitwise that know about Telcoin. Right? And so I think this is very positive moving forward. And so if you enjoyed this video and found the information to be helpful, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. Also, make sure to check out that link underneath the video to the Telcoin wallet if you're interested in buying Telcoin. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.